Okay, this is the SL test written by Miss Smith. We're going to go through all of it. First question is finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. UN equals 5 plus 2n. So let me just write that down. Question 1. UN equals 5 plus 2n. Okay, so the first thing they want to know what the common difference is. If you're not sure what to do, just look U1, U2, U3 and put in 1, 2, 3 and you'll be able to work that out. So 5 plus 2 is 7, 5 plus 4 is 9, it's going up in 2s, put a 3 in, 2 times 3 is 6, 5 plus 6 is 11. So plus 2, D equals 2. Next, it says, given that the nth term is equal to 115, even better, I could write UN equals 115. Now, if you remember your formula, it says A plus n minus 1 times D is the last term, or the nth term, and that is equal to 115. The first term is 7 plus n minus 1 times the difference is 2 equals 115. I don't know if Miss Smith has allowed a calculator on this paper. It doesn't say. I'll try it without. So n minus 1 times 2 equals 98. Not 98, equals 108, and then n minus 1 is equal to 54, n is equal to 55. Okay, so question part 2. I'm running out of space, we'll shift that up. Says part B, that's B part 2, says for this value of n, find the sum of n terms. Okay, sum of n terms equals the formula n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. So if we have sum of 55 terms equals n over 2. Actually, instead of this formula, the better formula to use is n over 2 first plus the last term. That would be quicker. So equals 55, and we cross that through. We're using this formula instead. 55 divided by 2, and I've got 7 plus the last term, and we know the last term is 115. Okay, so I am going to grab my calculator for this. Here we go. 7 plus 115 equals, divide that by 2 equals, times that by 55, and we get 3355. S55 equals 3355. Okay, question 1 is done. Let's have a look at question 2. First 3 terms of an infinite geometric series are 32, 16, and 8. Also, automatically, I'm looking at this and saying it's divide by 2. Divide by 2. And divide by 2 is the same as times by 1/2. Okay, so the first question is write down the value of r. I've already got it, here it is. Okay, so let's move that up out of the page. There we go. Put that to the side. And question 2, part A, is 1/2. Should be able to write it down. B is find U6. Now U6 is A times r to the power of, if you remember, n minus 1 is the formula, equals the first term is 32 times, okay, now the ratio is 1/2 to the power of, and 6 minus 1, which is 5. Okay, that's actually 32 divided by 32 equals 32 divided by 32 equals 1. Okay, interesting. Find the sum to infinity of this sequence. Infinite sum. Sum to infinity equals, well, we have a formula for that. The formula is a over 1 minus r. Okay, and our first term is 32 divided by 1 minus the ratio, which is 1/2, and that's equal to 32 divided by 1/2 equals 64. New page. Right.
You can see in science department equipment.
Yeah, recording a video at the moment.
It is so cold in my office, I can't work there now. I practice on here.
Okay, so question 3.
You are in a similar position.
Question 3 says, fifth term in the expansion, a plus b to the power of n. I'll put the question up.
For you. So am I now talking in that way? Can you?
And we've got fifth term is given by 10 over 4, 10c4, p6, 2q to the power of 4. Let me write that out. Question 3 is asking for a plus b to the power of n, and that's given by 10(4), p to the power of 6, 2q to the power of 4. So the first term will have 2q to the power of 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the fifth term. Write down the value of n. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fifth term. So n is equal to 4. Okay. Write down a and b in terms of p and q. Well, it could be any, doesn't matter which way around we do this, but a is equal to p and b is equal to 2q. You could have those the other way around, it will make no difference. And part C, that was part B, part C is saying write down an expression for the sixth term in the expansion. So if this is the fifth, we need one more. The powers are both going to be 5, so we'll have 10, 5, and then p to the power of 5, 2q to the power of 5. Now it just says write down here. Here it just says write down an expression. Well, I've written down an expression. I don't know if I'm going to get marks for actually doing anything more, so I'm going to stop there and move on. Question 4. 4 looks like this. Let's move that page up. 4 looks like this. Write down the first 3 terms in the sequence. un equals 3n for n is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. And we've got these two things, the first 3 terms in sequence, so I might do these on the sheet actually. Put n equals 1 in, it's 3 times 1, then 3 times 2, 3 times 3. Seems ridiculous that they're asking this. Oh, hang on, that's part B. First un equals 3n. Yep, that's what I'm doing here, it's 3n. Seems too easy. Part B is saying find the sum. Okay, so that plus that plus that plus that. Right. So now I've looked at the question. I can write it formally. Un equals 3n. U1 equals 3 times 1 equals 3. U2 equals 6. And U3 equals 9. So the sum of the first 20 terms, this is arithmetic, and it's 3n, from 1 to 20. Now, how many terms have we got? We've actually got 20, so the number of terms is 20 minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 20. Remember that minus 1 plus 1, that will come up again. So the first term is 3. The last term is 60, and it's going up in plus 3 each time. Lovely. So it's arithmetic S. Well, actually, I shouldn't write S. The sum from 1 to 20 of 3n equals n over 2. It's not n, it's the number of terms we have, which we worked out is 20. Let's put 20 over 2. This n here is what is confusing. It could have used an r, it would have been nicer. And then first plus last, 3 plus 60, so that's 63 times 20 divided by 2 equals 63 times 20 divided by 2 equals 630. Okay. Now, the next part of the question, oh, that's gone off the screen, there it is. The next part of the question is saying the sum from n equals 21 to 100. So now the trick is work out how many terms we've got. We've got 100 minus 21 plus 1, which is 80 terms. So of 3n equals 80 over 2. Now the first term you put 21 in. 3 times 21 is 63. 100, the last term is 300. So it's 363, and times that by 40. 80 over 2. Okay, equals, I'll do that on my calculator. 363 times 40 equals 14520. 14520. Now, I'm not sure if this is a non-calculated paper. If it is, you could have still done that without. Okay. Right.
Yes, thank you. And